Hi, my name is Mr. Sleeper. Thank you for attending the virtual open house here for Digital Media Arts. If your student is a first-year student, what I would like to pass along to you is a couple of things. This is a very busy class. We have approximately 100 to 120 assignments throughout the year, so students really have to stay on task. We have a lot of collaborative projects. They need to be able to work well in small groups. We have lots of projects that take several days, so they really need to be self-starters, come in, get to work, and make sure that they stay on time. It's a really fun class. Learn lots of different things ranging from photography to graphic design, videography, filmmaking, live TV production, and motion graphics, to name a few. A lot of times the projects include all of those things. So it's very creative, it's very technical. There are a lot of complex instructions, things that they have to follow very carefully in order for the results to come out the way that they should. Most of the stuff that we do here is using very high-end equipment, so there's a level of responsibility as far as taking care of it. We use industry-leading software from both Apple and Adobe systems. It's only the highest end stuff that we use. So again, it's a class that needs to have some level of seriousness and attention to detail. There are no prerequisites for this class, meaning every student comes in here basically with the same amount of ability. We start from the beginning, just as if they've never done any of this stuff. So if they're anxious about that kind of stuff, just please reassure them that they don't have to have any prior knowledge. We'll start from the basics and work our way up. If you're the parent of a second-year student and you want to know what to expect, we do some career and college exploration here early in the year, and that kind of gets kids in the right frame of mind as far as what they might be doing when they leave high school, regardless of whether they're doing something specific to the digital media arts or otherwise. Try to give them a pretty good picture of what it costs out in the real world to live in an apartment, to pay your utilities, and to make a living doing these kind of jobs. The other thing that we do is look at colleges, look at how much they cost, financial aid, things like that. That way, again, they're not going into this without any information. Aside from that, we'll prepare them by creating portfolios and reels that they can use in their college application process, as well as look at the possibility of some internships and some other job shadowing details that we may be able to get to in the spring. These are some strange times, and we're not sure exactly what we'll be able to do and what we won't, but we're going to prepare for the best and see what happens from there. If you have any questions, you can certainly email me. My email is rsleeper@laconiaschools.org. All of our work is passed in via Google Classroom, and as a parent, I can invite you to our Google Classroom. You will, however, receive all of the notifications, so every time I post an assignment or a comment on an assignment or something in our live stream, you will get notified for that, and there is a fair amount of stuff every day. So if you don't want to be involved in hearing about what we're doing on a daily basis, you can certainly keep track of your students' progress through ALMA, our grading system. There are instructions for that on the Hewitt website. Your student can help you to log into ALMA and check their grades. I suggest that you check their grades frequently. There are so many assignments that over the course of the year you don't want them to get behind, and sometimes it's just a matter of them passing them in. A lot of times kids have already done them or started them, and it's just a question of getting them in and getting them in on time as far as keeping them in good standing. There won't be much homework in this class, mostly because a lot of what we do requires this equipment, and it's just impossible for kids to either buy all this stuff or to borrow it because we just don't have enough. So there will be some times where I'll ask them to watch something, perhaps a YouTube video, and there is work occasionally that we'll do via the Google Suite. So it could be a Google Docs or something like that where they can work on that at home. Usually those are research projects, and they can start them in class. Typically there'll be time to finish them in class, but if not, they can always work on them at home. So if you ask them if they have any homework in this class and they say no, chances are they're probably telling the truth. If you're interested in what the classroom itself looks like, please take the virtual tour that's on the Hewitt Technical Center website, and you'll be able to kind of walk through the classroom and see what we have to offer. This room here is basically a classroom and an editing suite at the same time. We use all of these computers to do our editing projects, both in photography and video. We have a studio space where we can use it for photography, TV, or video production, as well as the control room areas where we can control our camera operations and our audio stuff for that. We will be filming in and around campus for some of our outdoor projects and some of our location projects. This year we have to do it more or less as an entire group due to COVID restrictions, but the kids will be filming all over the place. Occasionally they will do projects where they'll be required to film things at home, and sometimes it'll be using the equipment that they have, whether it's a phone or a tablet. Sometimes it'll be, especially with second-year kids, they'll be able to borrow equipment, and take it home and do that kind of filming. Again, thanks for attending, and if you have any questions at all, feel free to contact me, and I'll do my best to answer your questions. Thank you.